Dear friends, if you have a habit of seriously following global development, strategy and geopolitics with a certain level of maturity, Donald Trump might make your head spin. He could turn you into a weather vane. Why? Because he does one thing one day and the exact opposite the next. Look, Donald Trump called Vladimir Putin with great enthusiasm, didn't he? But Putin was prepared. He responded in a way that made Trump seem like he was practically saying, I'm an easy target, just pat me on the back and send me off. And Putin played along, saying, you're great, we're amazing together, we'll work very well, but the answer is no. In the end, Trump left the call without getting what he wanted from Ukraine. He had placed great hopes on that phone conversation. But behind the scenes, the US vice president was used as an enforcer in the White House's Oval Office. And what a strange guy he is. How did he even get there? Probably through Fox News connections or something like that. At first, Trump's relationship with Putin froze. But after that phone call, it suddenly warmed up again. I just don't get it. Trump is making decisions on a day-to-day basis now. One day he says, I trust Putin, he's a great guy, my guy, I won't let anyone badmouth him. Let him take Ukraine if he wants. Then the next day he says, Zelensky is an amazing leader, very successful, we had a fantastic phone call, we think alike on almost everything. But wait a minute, 2 weeks ago you were tearing Zelensky apart. Clearly Trump didn't get what he was looking for from Putin and is now moving in another direction. Earlier, Trump wanted to seize Ukraine's rich mineral resources. He had proposed a $500 billion deal to take control of Ukraine's land minerals. The idea was transfer these resources to us, and since Russia fears the US, they won't attack areas under our control. That way we'll protect you. But Zelensky didn't fall for it. Weeks have passed and no one talks about this anymore. Now Trump is telling Zelensky over the phone, hand over all your nuclear power plants to us, including Zaporizhia, which is Europe's largest nuclear plant. Once our flag flies there, we won't even need to send soldiers. It'll be like we own it. But if Russia attacks those plants, the consequences could be catastrophic. Someone needs to clearly explain the difference between dreams and reality. But Trump is aging, and it's harder to accept certain things after a certain age. I know this from personal experience. Since he couldn't get the minerals, he's now trying to take Ukraine's nuclear power plants while people are dying and the war continues. Europeans and Americans have stopped talking because they know that Russia's leader has no interest in peace. It's all lies. Right after Trump hung up, Russia launched the biggest wave of attacks in months on Ukraine, a massive assault with 171 drones and missiles. Out of these, 75 were shot down by air defenses and 63 failed to reach their targets. Meanwhile, the Russian army suffered heavy losses in Kursk, where they conducted 22 attacks with North Korean soldiers assisting them. Recently, military experts have observed that while Russia hasn't completely captured the Kursk region, its army has gained some relief in that area and is now focusing on Pokrovsk. Within 24 hours, Russia launched 47 attacks. All of this is Putin sending a message to Trump. I don't care about your phone call, you're not important here. I hold the power, and I attack or stop whenever I want. Meanwhile, you just keep talking. What are you even doing? Meanwhile, Ukraine struck a Russian oil refinery in Engels with long-range drones, causing massive explosions. The blast also destroyed ammunition depots at a nearby military base, but the full extent of the damage is still unclear. Additionally, Ukraine's Air Force has deployed F-16s. Now let's get to the main point. After stabilizing in Kursk, Russia is preparing a massive attack on the Sumy and Chernihiv regions, which lie on the opposite border. Satellite images show that Russia is amassing an army of 60,000 to 70,000 troops for an attack on Sumy. In response, Ukraine carried out a surprise counterattack, just like it did in August 2024 in Kursk. Ukrainian forces have entered Belgorod, Russia, capturing 2 villages. While the Russian military claims to have retaken them, pro-Putin military bloggers disagree, stating that Ukraine now controls the forests near Belgorod. As the battle in Kursk remains unresolved, Ukraine is once again pushing into Russian territory. Military analysts predict that Russia will soon launch a major assault on Sumy and Chernihiv. This offensive could shape the future of the war, as this front has not been a primary focus until now. That's what I see happening. If you found this analysis insightful, don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more deep dives into global events. Your support helps us bring you more high-quality content. Thank you.